Hey, welcome to the Daily Devo. My name's Mike, and today we're going to talk about stopping the lies. I love it when I start a movie and the words based on a true story pop up. I don't know about you, but for me, true stories spark real interest in my life. Incredible events, extraordinary circumstances, bravery and courage, these are all things that come from true stories. Also, we know that heartache and pain and overcoming the impossible and injustice come out of true stories. What's interesting about truth is that sometimes it's so easy to talk in truth. Other times it can be really hard. It can be very hard to speak truth. Truth is the reality of a situation that God has designed for us to know. It sometimes, though, requires us removing our own experiences, removing our slant or our current understanding of a topic or a situation that isn't relative, but it's concrete. That can be hard. That can cause debate. It can cause tension in our world. And it isn't always clear. See, sometimes gathering all the facts is really easy. It's really basic. But other times, people never agree on something that is true. The Bible has some big advice for us when it comes to telling the truth and how to treat each other around us. Ephesians chapter 4, Paul speaking, he says this in verse 25. So stop telling lies. Stop telling lies. Let us tell our neighbors the truth, for we are all parts of the same body. So this verse is very clear and very direct. It just comes right out of the gate and it says, stop telling lies. This means that you and I, we're to speak the truth even when it's hard. It means that we should take time to carefully think about how to handle situations with honesty. You see, when we handle situations with honesty, it makes life less complicated. It makes life less sticky. When we try and keep track of all the lies, it just creates more stress in your life. You see, when we try to slant something or make our situation look a little bit better, more struggles come in this world. When we conveniently remove or leave out important details about a situation at work or in your marriage, it's deceitful. And Paul says this, he says, just stop it. Stop telling lies. When you're consistently honest with others, it builds trust. When trust is broken, a relationship becomes unhealthy. When trust is broken, it becomes impossible to have deep connection. Trust is necessary in healthy relationships in this world. The second part of this verse talks about our neighbor, the people in our lives that are around us, our family, our friends, our coworkers, our actual neighbors, our sisters, our brothers. Our neighbor refers to the people that God has placed in our lives for relationship. When we follow this instruction of talking to our neighbors in truth, loving our neighbors well, and speaking truth in relationships, our relationships grow. Trust is built. This isn't some boring rule from God or some strict way to live a religious life. This is wisdom. This is loving. This is being kind to other people. This will help you thrive in this world. You see, you are loved by God. I am loved by God. And God wants us to speak truth and love to one another. He wants us to build solid trust, have authentic and deep connections with others. He wants us to bring honor to the table as we gather. And he wants us to choose truth over lies. It won't always be easy. It won't always be clear. Sometimes you're going to wrestle with filtering your own opinion from what is right and what is true. But I want to challenge you today to speak truth to the people in your life. Build trust, build meaningful connections, and see those people as people that God has called your neighbor to love. See them as your brother or your sister in Jesus Christ.